Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP Awards with massive performances from the evergreen, sexy dancehall queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dr. Bwedi Nyamiche, Head Pastor, the Makers House Chapel International. Tickets go for 200 Ghana cedis ground floor and 100 Ghana cedis upper floor. You can buy tickets at Silverbird Cinemas, Kuala, Peace FM, Airport Shell, West Hills Mall, Achimota Mall, and Junction Mall. For TV3 to win more awards, vote for us now. For Jamestown Fisherman to win Television Local Series of the Year award, text RTP Jamestown to 1446. For Ghana's Strongest to win Television.
Hello, good afternoon. You're watching Midday Live from the News Hub. I am Portia Gabo. Coming up, President Akufo-Addo expresses gratitude to members of the Ghanaian ITNOS team for their success in the maritime boundary dispute with La Côte d'Ivoire. We'll go to the Ashanti region where the Santehene Otumfuo Osei II receives rousing welcome in Kumasi on his return from a trip to Brazil. Coming up in international news, Chief Executive of Kenya's Election Board says he is taking 3 weeks leave. We have details coming up shortly. Do stay with us. We first begin from the Ashanti region where the Santehene Otumfuo Osei II has received a rousing welcome in Kumasi on his return trip from Brazil. While on the trip, the Santehene was reported to have been involved in a £350,000 money laundering deal in the UK, a report by Benjamin Edu.
For some of us, we know the work that he has done for the people of the Asante Kingdom. And also for us also being in government, it was through his support and everything. Once he has come, it's a show of appreciation, and also to let him know that we appreciate whatever he has done for us, and also to extend the government also continuous relationship with the Asante Kingdom.
We are with him in prayers, in spirit, in physical, material, everything, in our mind, our heart, our soul. We are with him, and we love him so much.
Away from the Ashanti region, President Akufo-Addo has expressed profound gratitude to members of the Ghanaian ITLOS team for their success in the maritime boundary disputes against Ivory Coast. At an appreciation ceremony at the Flagstaff House, the president was confident the victory will ensure the country reaps huge benefits from oil resources.
The short ceremony at the presidency assumed a national character as members of the main opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC) party, minority MPs and former government officials graced the occasion. Members of the ITLOS legal team were fully represented. President Akufo-Addo praised their efforts at ending the decade-long dispute with a resounding victory.
I pay tribute to the former President of the Republic, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, under whose far-sighted leadership in 1983, the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, was established. It was under the leadership of my former boss, the former President of the Republic, His Excellency John Kufuor. The GNPC was restructured to ensure that it focused on its core activity of exploration. Upon my assumption of office in January 2017, to continue from the work that had been done, I constituted a legal team. I insisted on this team working together with a team led by the former Attorney General Marietta Brewer-Palm. It was the cooperative effort of all of them that secured the famous result.
Member of the team and Attorney General Gloria Kufu could not hide her joy.
Ghana and Ivory Coast are not the only winners in these results. Speaking for myself, I think by the time we finished, I made a lot of friends in the team. Indeed, Marietta and I speak every now and again. And perhaps I should make it public that the night when we had played to go for the win, before I played, I called Marietta and we said a prayer together. When the roll is called, my team and I will find our names on them. The recognition that you have given us tonight, I believe, I speak for my group, should spare us on in the future, because there is still a lot of work to be done.
The night ended with a cocktail to run off celebrations.
Let's now go to Parliament, where a former Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, is expected to appear before the Mines and Energy Committee in relation to the controversial Ameripa deal. In July, Dr. Donkor's home was subjected to a thorough search by some personnel of the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service over the deal. The personnel were looking for evidence to suggest that the former minister had caused financial loss to the state as a result of his involvement in the deal. Adansa Square MP K.T. Hammond on Wednesday appeared before the committee with a submission that sought to substantiate his motion for a rescission of the $510 million deal ratified by Parliament in March 2015. And our correspondent Mercy Darling Loco joins me on the phone line from Parliament for update. And good afternoon and thanks for your time.
Hello, good afternoon.
Mercy, can you confirm if indeed the former Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, has appeared before the Mines and Energy Committee of the House?
Okay, so as I speak to you now, the former Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, is here. He's within the premises where the Committee of Mines and Energy are having their hearing today. But as I speak to you, he has yet to appear before them, but he's around and he's ready to go before the committee to defend his facts and why Ghana went into the American jail.
Early on during the week, we saw a boycott by minority members. What has been their reaction today?
Well, as I speak to you, they are still not here. Like they said, they are not going to be a part of the hearing, which involves the Ameri deal, so they have boycotted the process. We only have members of the majority who are part of the committee, who are currently within the rooms where the hearing is being held. But I could also tell you that in a brief interaction with the former Power Minister, Dr. Kobna Donko, he is saying that he would want the media to be present at his hearing. He thinks that it's right for the media to be allowed in although the hearing for today is closed to the public and the media as well. But he says he's going to have a conversation with the chairman of the Mines and Energy Committee, Emmanuel Akwesi Jemfi, who is also the MP for Odo Tobiri, to find out from them if they would allow the media to cover his testimony. If not, then he has to go in there and still give his testimony whichever ways it is.
Well, thank you very much, Mercy Darling Loco, for that update. Let's go back to the Ashanti region, and the 13-member Delta Force Vigilante Group in Kumasi have been sentenced to a fine of 1,800 cedis each, or in default serve a 12-month jail term. They are also to sign a bond of good behavior for 12 months.
The 13 were convicted on Thursday, October 19 by the Asokwa District Court in Kumasi. They pleaded guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy to commit crime by rioting. Counsel for the 13, Frederick Kankambodu, pleaded for non-custodial sentence for them. The 13 are part of a large group of party foot soldiers who besieged the office of the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, George J., and physically assaulted him. The initial charges, conspiracy to assault a public officer and causing unlawful damage, was changed on October 10 to conspiracy to commit a crime by rioting, to which they pleaded guilty. The fine brings their total fines to 4,200 cedis each, after they were earlier slapped with 2,400 each for escaping jail last April after the court refused to grant them bail. They later turned themselves in after they were freed by their colleagues.
Let's now go via Skype and speak with Emmanuel Kutenhe as the Executive Director of the Africa Center for Security Counter-Terrorism. And good afternoon and thanks for your time.
Thank you, Portia, and thanks for having me.
Now, Emmanuel, 1,800 cedi fine. Is this deterrent enough to curb acts of political vigilantism in the country?
Well, thank you so much, as I indicated earlier, and good afternoon to your very cherished viewers. In fact, when this issue broke in the early part of the year, you saw the outcry from Ghanaians. And for once, you realize that we agreed on a common issue, that our fledgling democracy didn't deserve actions of this nature. I even term it as a local act of terrorism, because it was an attack on one of the arms of government. But you see, you cannot blame the judge. I think that the verdict was to be expected when the police decided to drop the heavier charges and went for the lesser charges of obstruction of justice. And you see, I spoke to a legal counsel this morning for the legal implication of the verdict, and I was told that, in fact, the judge has actually carried out the maximum sentence given under the evidence that was put before him or her. So I think that the police service didn't do their investigations well. And this call into bigger perspective, as I've always said, I think that the investigative machinery of our Ghana police service need a complete overhaul. And you realized last week the exit of the Director General of the Police CID, Commissioner of Bright Udru, was also very problematic, given the allegations that were leveled against him. And same was not availed to him to prove himself. And what was even more problematic is the person who came to replace him. And that same person too is also embroiled in some form of allegations that she has not proven herself yet. So you can imagine, if the head is rotten, your guess can be as good as mine.
So, Emmanuel, we certainly have a big problem. How do we deal with this going forward?
I think that the government of the MPP shouldn't be clouded in their decision-making given the political power they have. I think that they actually campaign on the banner of anti-corruption. And I think things like this don't help in the fight against corruption. And it also deepens the perception, the negative perception the general public have about our investigative machinery of our security agencies. So to that extent, Portia, any democracy that the citizens don't have the trust in the people who are supposed to be protecting them, it leads to chaos and anarchy. And I don't want us to get to that level where we'll be asking ourselves, how do we get to this level? But I think that let us look at the positivities of this issue. First of all, it brought some few things into perspective that political vigilantism will not be accepted in whatever form. And it availed us the opportunity to educate and sensitize ordinary Ghanaians about what it is.
Well, education is certainly vital in this fight. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Coutin. He is the Executive Director of the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. You're still watching Midday Live from the News Hub. In other news, the street naming and house numbering project appears not to have made the expected impact 3 years after its implementation. In this report, Catherine Frimpoma and Kwabnedu Jemfi look at the difference the National Digital Property and Addressing System will make as implementation begins.
Years back, property in well-structured communities like government-owned estates were easily identifiable with its unique numbers. This made it easier for postal systems to work effectively. And to date, these numbers are still evident in areas like Roman Ridge in Accra. However, from all indications, it appears the system does not work anymore. Speaking off camera, residents could not recollect the last time they received a letter here. The country has had issues with its address system after 1974, when a comprehensive address and postal system was developed. People still used landmarks to give directions and property locations. In 2014, the street naming and house numbering project sought to address these challenges that people faced in giving directions and also accessing certain places in the country. 3 years on, we are here at the Kwakuranya Street in Accra to find out from residents how easy or otherwise it is to give directions using these street names. You live at Labadi?
Yes.
Okay, so direct me to your house in Labadi.
Okay. From here to Labadi town, if you walk, you take Police Station Street. After the Police Station Street, on your right, see a rough road, going to the court building. My house is by there, just close to that place.
A street created, which we are not familiar to. No one is familiar to, though it is there after they completed the road and they put the street there. So actually, this we are not really familiar to it.
Charles Isiam works with a private delivery organization as a dispatch rider.
It's difficult, but some of to get the direction from some of the customers, but some of them give the right direction. Example, like yesterday, they give me the direction that Panwan Junction Pentecost building. So I just get to the building there, the house is just opposite, and I enter. But this person too said trade fair. He was even say Panwan Junction. When I get to Panwan Junction, he said I should come back to the trade fair. So it's difficult.
A new national digital property and addressing system has been launched and is expected to formalize the economy.
It's a very simple app that you can download on all the app stores. So we have the iOS and the Android stores that you can download from. And the app is called the Ghana Post GPS app. What it does is it gives the address of where you are anytime. So the moment you get the app, you just tap Get Address, and immediately it will give you the address of the exact location that you are.
The new system will help in the mobilization of revenue and make it easy for accessing emergency numbers.
If you find yourself in any kind of trouble, you need the police, you need ambulance, or you need fire service, all you have to do is tap on the app and say, police, please help. And immediately, your location is sent to the police and they will dispatch somebody to come and help you. Same for fire.
There, however, remains a lot of questions, especially about the education of the system to the public and how it would fit in citizens' day-to-day activities.
Let's now focus on education, and 3 teacher unions have given government a 1-week ultimatum to address issues concerning their salary arrears. They are the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers. Now, joining me in the studio is Adokwe Ayikwe Awulehi, as the Communications Director of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers, Ghana. Good afternoon. Thanks for your time.
Good afternoon.
You've given government a 1-week ultimatum, else you're going to use other channels to address your grievances. What other channels are you referring to here?
Oh, definitely. We wouldn't like to go on demonstration, but I think the next action should be a strike action, because this problem started not today, and we've gone through all the channels already. We've been to the Labour Commission, it started way back in 2014 in the previous government, where there were salary arrears and promotional arrears, which came as a result of the implementation of the 3-month salary arrears policy by the previous government. So in 2016, when we agitated in February, and government decided that they will validate the forms of about 120,000 teachers so that the arrears will be paid. So they started something last year, some were paid, but in October last year, the validation ceased. I don't know, because of the electioneering campaign. And we all knew what happened. The NDC government lost. So when this new government came in, we met them, and they promised that everything will be settled, because in their manifesto, the educational policy is teacher-centered. And I think we gave them about 6 months, nobody heard of us, just for them to settle down so that the arrears will be cleared, so that other statutory payments will also be made. So in June 21st, we wrote to government that now it is time for us to sit down and put modalities in place so that we'll clear the arrears and start other statutory payments like a vehicle maintenance allowance and so forth. And we agreed that on the 11th of September, the validation process will start. Audit Service said they will need 88 days to validate the 65,013 forms so that those teachers will get their salary arrears. But the 11th September is gone, and we've not heard anything from government. Now you go to the Ministry of Finance, they will tell you go to the Audit Service, they are supposed to undertake the audit, and then they will also direct you to Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. So we realized that we were not hearing anything.
So as we speak now, the validation exercise is not ongoing? It's
not ongoing. And we have already informed our people that the validation is taking place, and very soon they are going to receive their salary arrears, some dating back to 2014.
So we are referring to over 60,000
65,013 teachers.
How is this affecting the classroom environment?
Now, here comes a teacher who have been newly recruited. And then maybe you were given your salary last year, and then you receive only 3 months. And then maybe you have taught for over a year. As a result of that, definitely you'll be in debt. So some of them are in debt. And if the teacher is not having that clear mind, and he is always in debt, how is he going to undertake that work? So there is a need for the government to do that. And you see, this one is just about salary arrears. But you know there are other statutory payments, like vehicle maintenance allowance. At least this government, they've never paid any vehicle maintenance because they are in their first year. But we have previous ones that are still in debt. And for the first time, another statutory payment like the incremental credit, and where we have to be jumped every year. This thing is done. Every worker in the public service receives a jump. And teachers, we know we are always employed in September. So we receive our jump in September. And it has been so. But this year, it never happened.
All right. So,
you see, so these issues. So we have given government a 1-week ultimatum to see to it that the validation starts so that over 65,000 teachers will receive their arrears, and then we'll talk about other issues.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Adokwe Ayikwe Awule, he is the Communications Director of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers Ghana. You're still watching Midday Live from the News Hub, and health experts say 1 in 8 women may develop breast cancer in their lifetime. As the disease outcome continues, will depend on early detection and treatment. At a breast cancer awareness organized by Media General Project Director at the Cancer Connect Ghana, Gloria Youngson, well, she did encourage women to undergo clinical breast examinations yearly.
Breast cancer is a malignant tumor that develops in the breast and can spread to other parts of the body. It is one of the commonest cancers that affect women in Ghana. Although the disease is more prevalent in older women aged between 40 and 49, it can also affect younger women. Most breast cancers, however, can be managed well if it is detected and diagnosed early with the appropriate treatment by health professionals. Gloria Youngson, Project Director at Cancer Connect, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting cancer patients, has called for more awareness creation about the disease to increase survival rates.
We need to push for more better outcome. In our country, we know that breast cancer equates death. People are fearful even to go out there. Some will tell you that as soon as you cut the breast, you die. But we need to have success stories, and that is through detecting the cancers early and then advocating for a comprehensive plan.
She again advised women to take good care of their breasts and also desist from taking over-the-counter contraceptive pills as it exposes them to the disease.
We are actually discouraging the use of this, just going over the counter and buying it. Most of us don't even know what is in there, the side effects, the risk that it poses. And coupled with the fact that if you have a family history, then you're adding to your risk.
As part of activities to commemorate the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, staff of Media General Ghana, parent company of TV3, 3FM and Onia FM were sensitized. The winner of the 2016 edition of Ghana's Most Beautiful reality show, Yaba, who is embarking on a breast cancer project, called for more support for patients, particularly those living in rural areas of the country.
The stigma that comes with it, that when you have breast cancer, you are going to die and you're not going to survive, and usually you have been cursed. So it makes it really difficult to get the women to come out of their shell just to scream themselves.
Let's now go to the courts, where the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAG, will begin an industrial action Friday, October 20. The move is to register their displeasure over government failure to pay their outstanding allowances. While members are demanding their rent allowances since January, my colleague Selom Amenya has been following up and joins me via phone. Good afternoon, Selom, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon, Portia.
Has the strike begun?
Well, the strike has not begun yet, but as we speak, the National Executive Council of JUSAG is in a crunch meeting as I speak to you now. It is after this meeting that they are planning to meet the entire staff at 4 p.m. It is at this meeting with the staff that they will announce the decision that they have come to, whether they are going to start the strike action or not.
Salam, aside the rent allowance, which other allowances are we looking at?
Well, for now, that is what they are asking after, that their rent allowance has been in arrears since January, and they are demanding that.
Well, thank you very much, Selom Amenya, for that update. You're watching Midday Live from the News Hub. We have more news coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
You get 3 kinds of moms. The paranoid mom, the cautious mom, and the dental mom. She only trusts Dettol to clean and protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. From antiseptic liquid recommended for cuts and scrapes to original bar soap, ready to protect your family every day, which is why you can worry less and love more. Don't just be any mom, be a Dettol mom. Dettol, be 100% sure.
FIMO Ghana, in partnership with Connect 97.1 FM, a subsidiary of Media General Group, bring you
from the 19th to 22nd October 2017 here. Question with you, Baba say. FIMO Ghana, remember your conference 2017 here. Kujun Kasalowe, Acrobato, Ejako, Nenama McBrown, Ellen White, Atia Brewer, Vivian Jam, Nakwa Kumanuswa, Princess Nakubama, what from Panama. All the movie producers, MCs, straight from Jakarta, too much, Daddy Boy, and now brother Fireman, Ebushia from Kumasi, Yahuda 19th October, Niabedu Tadi, Friday 20th, November lectures, Saturday 21st, or your football gala, Sunday 22nd, or your floating near Rialco Beach. Oh, yes, it's that here. Assumption of the Bruno, or you're reviving the film industry, 19th to 22nd October 2017, venue, Takrade, or Bree House, Asaka Junction, sponsors, Okuta Joint, Daddy, Amroya Hotel, Sims Technology, Africa Entrepreneurship, Culture and African Studies, or Kane West Waribo, or Bree House, Asboa Media School, the media partners, or your TV3, Fred 0548 776700. FIMO Ghana, creativity is our focus.
This Saturday, affectionately hailed as Commander 1, COP Kofi Boache fired up the airwaves in an intriguing encounter on hot issues.
I'm aware, and that's very scary. It's so scary that now you say Commander 1. What happened before you became Commander 1? You were able to do something. How do you sustain it? And especially in my own Kumasi, I come from here. You can be Commander 1 today, tomorrow you can be Commander 0. And that's what makes me scared. Policemen are always on the road. And even the police corruption they're talking about, it's only on the roads. The MTU, which we have accepted that is bad. But who gives them the money? Traditionally, culturally, our system endorses corruption. Look at all our proverbs. A Are these not corrupt proverbs?
Make a date with Hot Issues this Saturday at 1 p.m. for a flashback. Hot Issues. It's hot, probing, and factual.
Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories for Miriam Osayajimai to win Radio Mid-Morning Show Host of the Year award. Text RTP Miriam to 1446 for 3FM to win more awards. Vote for us now. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards. The night we all dream in gold.
Hello again, it's now time for business, and if we go ahead and ban sachet water and other plastics right now, we will be creating more problems than we want to solve. Well, these are not my words, these are the words of the Minister of Science, Environment and Innovation on whether or not to ban plastics. Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng says in the meantime, his ministry has established a committee to propose a policy guide for the use of plastics in the country.
There have been numerous calls on government to ban the use of plastics in the country because it has been identified as a key contributor to flooding. Some African countries such as Botswana, Kenya, Eritrea and Morocco have implemented rules that regulate the use of plastics. In 2014, the World Bank challenged the government of Ghana to be more pragmatic in its approach in tackling filth, especially in the attainment of its Sustainable Development Goal on sanitation. In November 2015, the then Minister of Environment, Innovation, Science and Technology, Mahama Ayariga, announced that government had placed a ban on light plastic materials with less than 20 microns, 1 millionth of a meter in terms of density. Current Minister for Environment, Science and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, says placing a ban on the use of plastics cannot be done in the near future.
all these rivers are polluted. And therefore, the villagers who were using rivers and ponds to wash and sometimes even to cook cannot use these waters anymore. They all have to rely on sachet water. So if we go right now and ban sachet water, we'll be creating more problems than you want to solve.
He adds that his ministry has constituted a commission to draft a policy guideline on plastics use in Ghana.
I have just established a committee to draft a policy. See, if we don't have a, this is what we sometimes we do in Ghana. Oh, do this, but we don't have a policy. So we set up a committee made up of people from the ministry, from EPA, from Plastic Manufacturers Association, and from those who use plastics, like the farm work and those things. A committee that is going to draft a policy for us so that we know the type of plastics that we have in this country, how they are disposed of, how toxic they are, and what can be done.
He was speaking at the opening ceremony of the 11th Governing Board meeting of the West African Science Service Center on Climate Change and Adapted Land Use, WASCAL.
Well, joining me in the studio is Daniel Yautonigahe S with the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association. Good afternoon, thanks for your time.
Good afternoon.
So you've heard from the Environment Minister. This should serve as a relief to you, isn't it?
Relief? Well, that's an unfortunate statement, obviously. From the beginning, from where he started from, I would like to say the minister, so far, so good. He has engaged the association. But the statement of still having that thought of banning plastic is what I always say, that's a lazy man's approach to the reality on the ground, because plastic encompasses so many things that nobody should just say, I'm going to ban plastics, as it were. But what I would like to say for facts is that time in, time out, policymakers do not want to, as it were, look into the reality that we are finding ourselves in. It is not about the plastic that is the problem. Last 2 years, when unfortunately the former president made a statement of such, going on the Rwandan way or following Kenyan way or what have you, these are smaller groupings you are talking about.
So how would you react to concerns? For example, you are with the Plastic Manufacturers Association. You go to the beaches, it's all filled with plastic waste. In our gutters, choked drains filled with plastic waste. Aren't you among those that contribute to the plastic waste menace in the country?
Well, obviously, we are plastic manufacturers. We are from the beginning of the problem. We are. But the problem itself doesn't emanate from our quarters. It is the already used plastics that are found itself at the beaches. Now, what we always say, in fact, everybody knows, those who are very closer to us, we keep on telling them that plastic do not have a waste. Those ones you just made mention of at the beaches are resources. But unfortunately, they are finding themselves in a transition whereby they are not supposed to be where they are. Every plastic used can be turned into something different. So we, as a plastic industry generally in Ghana, see that every plastic that somebody had used can be turned into something else.
So as an association, what are you also doing to ensure that plastic waste can be turned into other viable options?
Thank you. So one of the big issues that had come out just yesterday, we concluded our first ever plastic waste conference in Ghana. We have not done it before. Now, it shows very clear that plastic manufacturers or industry, it's a private sector, is always in the forefront of finding ways to address situation. Now, some of the communique, I don't have all, but with your indulgence, I'd like to quote some of them. We're saying that for our theme was mobilizing for a cleaner Ghana, plastic litter-free and environment, the role of government, industry, and stakeholders. We have gotten up with 3 different approaches to it, and we are saying that issues of plastic ban is a lazy man's approach, as I said earlier on, and the industry itself wouldn't sit down for policymakers to detect on ban. That's number one. Number two, we say we lack policy. The minister made mention of the fact that he is constituting a policy. However, even the membership within the policy, there are questions in it, because if the blame will come towards us, that the challenges are coming from the manufacturers, and you don't even have a stronger voices of the manufacturers within the committee. What are they going to propose to you? Then again, we are saying that government must set up, and every tax they take from the plastic manufacturers, for example, Act 863, it is the environmental excise tax. So far, it has yielded over 150 million Ghana cedis. Private sector initiated that policy. Government are taking this money, it is in the public's chest, and yet they are not using it for the purposes with which they are taking the money.
Right, so we'll pick up this communique and really delve into it, and we'll get back to you as well. Thank you very much for your time. So Daniel Yao Toniga is with the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association of Ghana. In other news, the Association for Rural Banks is appealing to stakeholders to extend the time set for payment of the new minimum capital requirement to December 2020 to enable rural banks raise the amount. Legal advice of the association, Seth Adom Asumenin, says the central bank should reconsider the 1 million minimum capital requirement, as it will lead to the collapse of many rural banks.
Rural and community banks had a minimum capital requirement of 300,000 cedis in December 2015. This figure again increased to 500,000 cedis in 2016. Some rural banks still have arrears to settle for the old minimum capital requirement.
Some of the rural banks have not been able to meet the 300,000 Ghana cedis minimum capital, which they should have had by end of December 2015. So if they have not been able to have 300,000 by 2015, 500,000 by 2016, how do we expect them to have 1 million Ghana cedis by the end of December 2017?
Legal advisor to the Association of Rural Banks, Seth Adom Asumenin, has also suggested the one-size-fits-all approach adopted by the Bank of Ghana is not favorable.
When you come to the 10 regions of Ghana, you realize that not all the regions are equally endowed when we come to economic activity. No matter what we do, no matter how many years the Bank of Ghana says, many of them may never reach there.
He said a possible extension of the time to raise the 1 million cedis minimum capital required should be considered.
We are appealing to the authorities, the stakeholders, that they should consider the rural setting and have in view figures that the rural community banks in those settings can accommodate and to remain viable. If the Bank of Ghana insists that the 1 million cedi minimum should operate, it should give us time. A period of 5 years from now will be reasonable.
The association says the culture of rural communities has also halted the options of measures of rural and community banks.
We have sports news coming up shortly with Yao Ofosulabi. To stay with us.
w.3news.com for more news and updates of our major stories. Join us on Facebook 3newsgh for live streaming and comments on our page. Like and follow us on Twitter at 3newsgh and at 3sportsgh. Like our pictures on Instagram, TV3 Network. If you missed our live shows, watch a playback on YouTube, TV3GH. TV3, first in news, best in entertainment.
Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP Awards with massive performances from the evergreen, sexy dancehall queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dr. Bwedi Nyamije, Head Pastor, the Makers House Chapel International. Tickets go for 200 Ghana cedis ground floor and 100 Ghana cedis upper floor. You can buy tickets at Silverbird Cinemas, Kuala, Peace FM, Airport Shell, West Hills Mall, Achimota Mall, and Junction Mall. For TV3 to win more awards, vote for us now. For TV3 to win Television Station of the Year award, text RTP TV3 to 1446. For Media General Group to win Media Group of the Year award, text RTP Media General to 1446. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards is brought to you by Adonko Bitters, Jazz Washing Powder, Unibank, Special Drinks, Ines Fly Paint, Stadia Boutique, GH Media School, Sumisura by Abdul, Glory Oil, Holiday Inn Accra Airport, Innovate Advertising, Eden Securities, African Homecoming Project, DSTV Ghana, GoTV Ghana, SICK Microfinance, Royal Dede Hotels, and Vital Fruit Drinks. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards, the night beyond. Dream in Gold. This event is powered by Big Events Ghana.
20 years on and we are still rewarding. TV3 is rewarding its loyal viewers for making us the best over the years. To win, answer simple questions about TV3 as it appears on your screen. Text your answer to short code 1452 on MTN, Vodafone, Tigo and Airtel and win free souvenirs from TV3. You can also win exciting prizes by calling into 3FM 92.7 and Unia FM 95.1 in Accra and Connect FM 97.1 at Paipano in Takrady. Promos ends on the 31st of October 2017. Terms and conditions apply. You are so important to us no matter where you come from. TV3 at 20, reshaping news and creating stars.
Well, welcome back from that break. This is still Midday Live here on TV3. It's time to run by you the latest sports stories. And as many as 9 teams will have to depend on the results.
Show of the Year award. Text RTP Strongest to 1446. For talented kids to win the Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Kids to 1446. For New Day to win Television Morning Program of the Year award, text RTP New Day to 1446. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards is brought to you by Adonko Bitters, Jazz Washing Powder, Unibank, Special Drinks, Ines Fly Paint, Stadia Boutique, GH Media School, Sumisura by Abdul, Glory Oil, Holiday Inn Accra Airport, Innovate Advertising, Eden Securities, African Homecoming Project, DSTV Ghana, GoTV Ghana, SICK Microfinance, Royal Dede Hotels, and Vital Fruit Drinks. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards, the night beyond. Dream in Gold. This event is powered by Big Events Ghana. Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP Awards with massive performances from the Evergreen, Sexy Dancehall Queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dr. Bwedi Nyamije, Head Pastor, the Makers House Chapel International. Tickets go for 200 Ghana cedis ground floor and 100 Ghana cedis upper floor. You can buy tickets at Silverbird Cinemas, Kuala, Peace FM, Airport Shell, West Hills Mall, Achimota Mall, and Junction Mall. For TV3 to win more awards, vote for us now. For Jamestown Fisherman to win Television Local Series of the Year award, text RTP Jamestown to 1446. For Ghana's Strongest to win Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Strongest to 1446. For talented kids to win the Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Kids to 1446. For New Day to win Television Morning Program of the Year award, text RTP New Day to 1446. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards is brought to you by Adonko Bitters, Jazz Washing Powder, Unibank, Special Drinks, Ines Fly Paint, Stadia Boutique, GH Media School, Sumisura by Abdul, Glory Oil, Holiday Inn Accra Airport, Innovate Advertising, Eden Securities, African Homecoming Project, DSTV Ghana, GoTV Ghana, SICK Microfinance, Royal Dede Hotels, and Vital Fruit Drinks. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards, the night we all dream in gold. This event is powered by Big Events Ghana. Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP Awards with massive performances from the evergreen, sexy dancehall queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dr. Bwedi Nyamije, Head Pastor, the Makers House Chapel International. Tickets go for 200 Ghana cedis ground floor and 100 Ghana cedis upper floor. You can buy tickets at Silverbird Cinemas, Kuala, Peace FM, Airport Shell, West Hills Mall, Achimota Mall, and Junction Mall. For TV3 to win more awards, vote for us now. For Jamestown Fisherman to win Television Local Series of the Year award, text RTP Jamestown to 14446. For Ghana's Strongest to win Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Strongest to 1446. For Talented Kids to win the Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Kids to 1446. For New Day to win Television Morning Program of the Year award, text RTP New Day to 1446. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards is brought to you by Adonko Bitters, Jazz Washing Powder, Unibank, Special Drinks, Ines Fly Paint, Stadia Boutique, GH Media School, Sumisura by Abdul, Glory Oil, Holiday Inn Accra Airport, Innovate Advertising, Eden Securities, African Homecoming Project, DSTV Ghana, GoTV Ghana, SICK Microfinance, Royal Dede Hotels, and Vital Fruit Drinks. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards, the night we all dream in gold. This event is powered by Big Events Ghana. Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP Awards with massive performances from the evergreen, sexy dancehall queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dr. Bwedi Nyamije, Head Pastor, the Makers House Chapel International. Tickets go for 200 Ghana cedis ground floor and 100 Ghana cedis upper floor. You can buy tickets at Silverbird Cinemas, Kuala, Peace FM, Airport Shell, West Hills Mall, Achimota Mall, and Junction Mall. For TV3 to win more awards, vote for us now. For Jamestown Fisherman to win Television Local Series of the Year award, text RTP Jamestown to 1446. For Ghana's Strongest to win Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Strongest to 1446. For Talented Kids to win the Television Reality Show of the Year award, text RTP Kids to 1446. For New Day to win Television Morning Program of the Year award, text RTP New Day to 1446. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards is brought to you by Adonko Bitters, Jazz Washing Powder, Unibank, Special Drinks, Ines Fly Paint, Stadia Boutique, GH Media School, Sumisura by Abdul, Glory Oil, Holiday Inn Accra Airport, Innovate Advertising, Eden Securities, African Homecoming Project, DSTV Ghana, GoTV Ghana, SICK Microfinance, Royal Dede Hotels, and Vital Fruit Drinks. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards, the night we all dream in gold. This event is powered by Big Events Ghana. Year after year, we've been rewarding explicit radio and television personalities and content that took over the airwaves. It's the 7th year and it's going to be more rewarding. The 7th Adonko RTP Awards 2017. Who carries the awards slated for the various categories? Let's converge at the International Conference Center on 28th of October 2017, 8 p.m. sharp, and witness the highly anticipated 7th Adonko RTP.
Mandate must be fired before a repeat of the presidential election scheduled for October 26 has said on Friday he was taking 3 weeks.
With massive performances from the evergreen, sexy dancehall queen, Ebony, Kel Songs, and one big surprise artist who is the man of the moment. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Present at the ceremony will be His Excellency John Dramani.
And Emmanuel, thanks for joining us. It's a public holiday in Kenya. Happy Heroes Day.
Thank you.
Now, this is happening amidst political tensions over there. How are Kenyans reacting to the CEO of the Electoral Commission Board that he is taking leave for 3 weeks?
Well, a lot of people are taking these things differently in different locations, because some are saying, this is what people have been calling for. In as much as it is not a complete resignation, it's just a short leave of 3 weeks. The fact that he won't be there on Thursday when the elections will be carried out, some people are saying, that's a good sign. Others are saying, why did he wait until this moment to take his leave? Why didn't he take his leave earlier before people's lives were lost in the demonstrations? Because the demonstrations by the opposition were for the reason that he should step down.
Now, what especially has been the reaction from the opposition, especially Raila Odinga? They called for this. Are they happy now?
Well, today they have not really responded to that issue, because now the celebrations of the Heroes Day. Actually, Raila Odinga has been in a town called Bondo in South Nyanza, some other province, Nyanza province, and what they were doing there was going to condole with those families that lost their loved ones in the demos, while the president was in the capital in the national celebrations for the Heroes Day.
Let's look at the wider picture now. There are concerns that the elections will not be free, fair and credible. With Mr. Ezra stepping aside, are Kenyans hoping or knowing that the elections will be free, fair and credible? Oh, well, we have lost Emmanuel Yagon. You're still watching Midday Live from the News Hub. Coming up, we have international news. Entertainment news, sorry. In this segment, evictees in this year's Ghana's Most Beautiful will be treated to a night of fun, catching up and networking at an eviction party. The party, which is opened to the public, will take place at the Plush AM and PM Lounge at Villaggio Vista.
4 weeks of no eviction was enough room for the contestants to prove their worth for the crown. From the display of intense cultural traits, from their respective regions to showcasing their prowess on the runway, the contestants did it all. However, eviction caught up with them, and 2 of the 10 had to be shown the exit.
Ayele and Numbu, goodbye. This is the end of the road.
2 weeks after that, another set of 2 said their goodbyes.
Thank you, ladies. You have done well. We wish you all the best.
Though an emotional moment, life must go on. The 4 evictees will have the time of their lives tonight at the Plush AM and PM Lounge. They will be hosted to an epic eviction party together with the remaining 6 contestants. Join them in the fun and interact with your favorite contestants. Ghana's Most Beautiful 2017, straight out of Ghana.
And that's it for Midday Live. Thanks so much for your company. My name is Portia Gabo. Good afternoon.